Hello and welcome to Halcyon Blink. My name's Lorne Risey, I'm going to be your host for this episode. And on this edition, let's talk about Glass. Who saw this one coming? I mean, I guess Split was going to get a sequel at some point, but I don't think anyone really anticipated that they would go balls to the walls bringing the three together. So the premise of this trailer is essentially this. M. Night Shyamalan has, under the nose of pretty much everybody, started his own cinematic superhero universe. So you've got the original character from Unbreakable, Bruce Willis's character, you've got the split personality character of Split, and you have Mr. Glass from Unbreakable. The idea of the film, I suspect, being that these heroes are going to be coming into the forefront of society. They're now more prominent, hence why there's a psychiatrist in the beginning of the trailer that specializes in dissociative sensitive grandeur disorders or something to that effect. Basically meaning people think they're superheroes even though they've built prisons specifically designed to encase them. So I don't think it's a disorder when you're building prisons to exacerbate their thought process. Anyway, point being is that the trailer seems to have a very subdued feel at first and then building in terms of energy towards the end, with an overture that it's going to be following the pattern of the original film's foreshadowing of Mr. Glass's mother, i.e. there are the villains that fight the hero with his hands, and there's the villains that fight the hero with their mind, Mr. Glass forming the latter, and the split personality character forming the former. It certainly promises to be an interesting premise, considering that the Beast from Split is portrayed as being almost unstoppable in terms of his strength, his invulnerability, his agility, and his insatiable thirst and hunger for human flesh. Especially the character Bruce Willis in the Unbreakable films being virtually, well, indestructible with the exception of his kryptonite being water, which is why in the trailer I think you see them fighting in water being, you know, that Bruce Willis's character is going to be somehow in jeopardy at that point. Wouldn't be very hard for the Beast to be able to do that, just pick him up, throw him in some water and then just watch him drown, but and I never understood why Bruce Willis's character couldn't just swim, but you know, whatever. As far as the trailer itself is concerned, it comes out of left field. It certainly portrays Mr. Glass's character as being more subdued, but also more integral to the plot, because his motivations and characterization are much clearer than in Unbreakable. It also remains to be seen where the psychiatrist fits into play, because she has a very, very prominent role in the trailer. Obviously at the first, being the first person you see, but she also makes another couple of appearances throughout the trailer itself. It also remains to be seen what the end game is, which is why this trailer gets me good and hyped for this film. You don't really know what direction they're going. They've given you just enough to whet your appetite in terms of what to expect, but not enough to know exactly what's going to happen, only that there are so many possibilities for what could happen, considering the nature of the powers that they've already exhibited, and also the possibility that there are other people in this world with abilities that have yet to really be fully realized. So it's an intriguing concept and one that would bear some attention. I believe it comes out in January next year, so we don't have to wait all that long to see it. And considering that Avengers 4 comes out 3 months after, it's got the market cornered to a certain extent, so we'll have to see what happens. I'm looking forward particularly to seeing how Mr. Glass's character evolves from being somewhat of a sympathetic character in the first film to being a full-fledged villain in the third. At least I would hope so. Especially considering that they have that little monologue in the middle where they supposedly team up, but maybe that's misleading, who knows. So, what do you think about the Glass trailer? Do you think it looks intriguing? Do you think it looks like a rehash of superhero films that we already have? Do you trust M. Night Shyamalan to make a film that's going to be at least half decent and entertaining? And do you trust Bruce Willis isn't going to do his usual just staring down the camera sad shtick? Who knows? Leave your comments and thoughts in the description below. I'll be happy to hash them out with you. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this episode of Halcyon Blink. Please like, share, subscribe, check out some of the other content creators in the description below, follow me on Twitter, and as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Halcyon Blink.
Look in my